Hello and welcome to the Car Compass. My name is Sandu, and in today's video I have a comparison at Acura between two ADXs. They are the top trims. To my left I have the Acura ADX in the A-Spec Advanced trim, and this is the 2026 model all-wheel drive. And we're going to compare this today with the 2026 Acura ADX in the A-Spec. So no advance on this one, and this is the front wheel drive. Now the difference in pricing between front wheel drive and all wheel drive is about $1,800 to $2,000. So please keep that in mind when I post the MSRP stickers at the end of this video, so you can see exactly what you get in the advance and the A-Spec. Now let's go ahead and not waste your guys' time and start with the differences. The first difference you're going to see in the Advance is going to be the front camera, or the 360 surround camera. The Advance will have it with the A-Spec, to where the A-Spec does not have it. The next difference is going to be your bumper sensors or your parking sensors. The A-Spec Advance has it, and the A-Spec does not have it. The next difference that you're going to see here in the front is going to be the rain sensing wipers, and you're going to see an extra sensor over here on the windshield, to where the A-Spec Simple does not have it. The next difference is going to be about the Acura Watch features. It's going to be the low speed braking sensors, which the A-Spec does not have it, and the A-Spec Advance has it, but I could not find the exact location, so I can give you pictures with the differences one next to each other. So if you know where that sensor is from Acura Watch, please let me know in the comment section below. The Acura Watch, the remaining features will be found in both of them, with adaptive cruise control, collision mitigation braking, forward collision warning, lane departure warning, lane keeping assist system, and road departure mitigation. So everything else is the same. Now, before we move forward, please don't forget to like and subscribe. That really helps me out with my channel, and it's going to help me to bring more content like this one, like this comparison. If you're in the market for an ADX and you're not sure which one to get, the A-Spec or the A-Spec Advance, this is the best video to watch. Also, big shout out and a thank you to Nilo Acura here in Roseville, California, for providing me with both of these cars for the review or for the comparison. Now, the direct comparison, or the direct competitor, I would say, for the ADX in the market is going to be the BMW X1, the Mercedes GLB, or a Volvo XC40. So if you're in the market for a subcompact crossover SUV, please keep that in mind. Let's talk a little bit about the engine. But before we move to the engine, if you're wondering why I carry a measuring tape with me, is because I want to give you measurements in inches, not just cubic feet of space when we get to the trunk. That's going to help you, maybe or maybe not, but I still want to give you that. Also, don't forget this video is filmed in 4K, and please make sure you adjust your settings so you can watch this at the highest quality. So now the engine. Same exact engine in both of them. It's going to be a 1.5 direct injection 4-cylinder VTEC turbo engine that delivers 190 horsepower with 179 pound-feet of torque, paired with a CVT automatic transmission. This is the same engine as the Integra. It's just tuned a little bit differently and will give you less horsepower in the ADX. The Acura will have probably about 10 extra horsepower. Now the MPG for both of them are going to be, well, this is an all-wheel drive, this is a front-wheel drive, so it's going to be a little bit different. If you have a front-wheel drive, it's going to be 26 city, 31 highway. If you have an all-wheel drive, it's going to be 25 city and 30 highway. The tank capacity is going to be exactly the same for both of them, and that's going to be 14 gallons. Now, let me go ahead and grab the camera and show you a little bit about the front and how the bumper sensors look like, and the camera for the Advance, because that's going to be the biggest difference you're going to find, and also the rain sensing wipers. And this is how it looks if you have it. Now, this is going to be a platinum white on the A-Spec Advance, to where on the A-Spec is going to be a urban gray color. The next difference you're going to see is going to be about the tire color, not the size, not the rubber. They're exactly the same, and that's going to be a Continental Pro Contact TX, but the size is exactly the same, 235 by 45 by 19. The only difference is going to be the color. One color on both of them. The A-Spec Advance will have a high gloss, to where on the A-Spec you're going to have a darker gray. As far as the suspension, they're both the same. Front McPherson spring strut suspension, to where the rear has the multi-link. Let's move forward. They both have the A-Spec stamp on the fender because obviously they're A-Spec. The next difference is going to be your side mirror. On the A-Spec Advance, you're going to have different color with high gloss on the top and the same color on both of them for the bottom, the matte black. The difference you're going to see is that the A-Spec Advance has the automatic foldable button inside, to where the A-Spec does not have it. But they both are heated side mirrors. They both have blind spot assist. They both have signal light integrated, as you can see in the video. And also the camera that you're gonna get on the A-Spec Advance, and you do not get the camera on the A-Spec. Now, let me go ahead and give you some dimensions for the Acura ADX in the 2026, which did not change from 2025, and the dimension is going to be 185.8 inches in length, 72.5 inches in width, and that does not include the mirrors. Your height is going to be 63.8, wheelbase is going to be 104.5, and the ground clearance is going to be 7.3 inches. No other differences on the side or the front, and they both come with the sunroof and the moonroof, which is the extended one and goes all the way to the second row seating. Some like it, some hate it. I personally am not a big fan of the sunroof. I can go without it. Now let's go ahead and talk the rear differences. Now here in the rear, with the difference between A-Spec Advance and just the A-Spec, and it happens that one of them is the front-wheel drive, the other one is all-wheel drive, you're going to have two big differences. One of them is going to be the hands-free tailgate that you're going to find in the A-Spec Advance, and if you have your key in your pocket, you're going to be able to just kick under the car and this tailgate would open automatically, which the A-Spec does not have it, but they are both electrically controlled tailgate. Another big difference and a huge difference that you're going to find is the spare tire. The A-Spec Advance has it, to where the A-Spec does not. And honestly, I have no idea why Acura would do that, because the base also has it, A-Spec does not have it, and then the A-Spec Advance has it again. So I don't know why they removed it in the A-Spec. But you're going to see, if you're going to have the all-wheel drive, you're going to see the badge in chrome on the passenger side, and they both have the camera in the same exact position with spoiler, very sporty spoiler in the same position, same color as the car, platinum white, urban gray, and then the lower side of the bumper is going to be exactly the same with exhaust tips on each side and high gloss on both of them for the higher part of the bumper. Now let's go ahead and open the trunk and see exactly what the difference is here in the trunk. Because they are A-Spec, they both will have the privacy cover for the trunk, so that's an A-Spec feature. Please don't forget that. And the A-Spec elements for the outside are going to be specifically for this trim. If you get the base, you're not going to have the A-Spec elements and you're not going to have the privacy cover. Let's go ahead and bring the camera closer and start giving you measurements into inches. So from the backrest of the second row seating all the way up to your plastic paneling is going to be about 34.5 or 35 inches. If we lower this backrest, the second row, and we go all the way up to your center console, is going to be about 68.5 to 69 inches. And then from left to right, in between the wheel well trims, is going to be about 40 inches. Right here, about 40 inches. Then let's see the entrance. If we can measure this, just like that, it's going to be about 30.5 to 31 inches. And then the cubic feet of space for the Acura ADX, if you have all the seats up, it's going to be between 23 and 24 cubic feet of space. If you put the backrest down, it's going to be between 54 and 55 cubic feet of space. And now let me show you another difference that you're going to find in the A-Spec Advanced, and that's going to be the subwoofer, because in this A-Spec Advanced you're going to get the Bang & Olufsen sound system, to where on the A-Spec you get just a regular Acura sound system. So that's another difference, but in both of them you're going to find the 12-volt outlet into the same exact position. Let me show you how the spare tire looks like if you have it. This is going to be your tire situation, and then under this foam you're going to find the spare tire. Now let me go ahead and show you if you don't have the subwoofer. It's going to look like this, and if you don't have the spare tire, you're going to have just a tire situation right here, and then no spare tire. But everything else is the same. Now that we're done with the differences for the exterior, for the trunk, dimensions, and engine, let's go ahead and talk interior. We're sitting now inside the 2026 Acura ADX A-Spec Advanced all-wheel drive. So this is pretty much the top level of the ADX that you can get. You do not have Type S in the ADX in 2026. You have the base, you have the A-Spec, and the A-Spec Advanced. Now, before we start with the differences, I'm going to give you legroom. Legroom for the front is 41.9 inches. Legroom for the back is 37.7 inches. I find this subcompact crossover SUV very spacious. I personally own a HR-V, which we know is the lower manufacturer, which is Honda, and the luxury division is Acura. I think everybody knows that. Let's go ahead and start with the differences. It's going to be the seating surface. In the A-Spec, you're going to have micro suede seating surface on the majority of the seat, to where here you can only find it on the side and a little bit on the backrest. That's one difference. The next difference is going to be your driver controls. You're going to have a 12-way power adjustable seating for the driver on the A-Spec Advanced, to where on the A-Spec all you have is 8-way power adjustable. And also the lumbar support in the A-Spec Advanced, it's a 4-way adjustable, to where on the A-Spec you do not have it. So Advanced will give you 12 versus 8 with lumbar support. The passenger seat is exactly the same. They both are electrically controlled. Now I got the camera so I can show you a better angle. There is no difference for the dashboard. They both come with red stitching, inlays, ambient lighting, and non-lockable glove compartment. The next big difference you're going to find is going to be your infotainment screen. This one has the Google built in, and you're going to find the navigation that's included in the A-Spec Advanced, to where the A-Spec does not have it. And also Alexa built in, which is very, very helpful. But they both come with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto and Wi-Fi hotspot. The Alexa is going to be right here, and the interface is totally different between the two of them. This is how it looks in the A-Spec Advanced. Much nicer interface. The buttons right here are going to be different as well. You're going to have extra buttons on the left side bottom. The next difference that you're going to find is going to be your individual mode right here. The modes, the dynamic modes, are going to be exactly the same with Sport, Normal, Comfort, and Snow. But the individual mode is different. The A-Spec Advanced will have it, to where the A-Spec does not have it. The next difference you're going to find is going to be on your key fob. This one has the engine start-stop button, to where the A-Spec does not have it. Another difference that you're going to find when it comes to the interior is that your A-Spec Advanced will have this button right here to show you the 360 camera. And also, if you put it into reverse, it will give you different interface for the camera. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the A-Spec. The A-Spec will give you the ventilation. The A-Spec will give you the different steering wheel with stitching and perforation. The A-Spec will give you the sport pedals. It will give you also the ambient lighting. So that's specifically for the A-Spec. Now, the next difference is going to be your heated steering wheel. And you're going to see this button right here on the A-Spec Advanced, to where the A-Spec does not have it. And two more differences on the side door or on the driver door is going to be your memory seating. And you're going to see them right here. A-Spec does not have it. A-Spec Advanced has it. And the next difference is going to be your audio system or your speaker system. That's the Bang & Olufsen that you're going to find 15 speaker system in the A-Spec Advanced, You're going to see that right here, and also on the A pillar, to where the A-Spec only has the 8-speaker sound system from Acura. So that's about it with the differences for the front between A-Spec Advanced and the A-Spec. Let's go ahead and see differences for the second row seating. Now I'm sitting on the second row of the 2026 Acura ADX A-Spec Advanced, and this is an all-wheel drive, but that doesn't make any difference sitting in the second row. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any differences here in the second row seating. The surface is exactly the same with microsoid inserts on the sides. The armrest is exactly the same. The red stitching is exactly the same. One pocket just for the passenger seat is exactly the same. You do have two USB-C ports, and that's because of the A-Spec. Air vents for the center console. Now here are the MSRP stickers. First, to the A-Spec Advanced in the 2026 Acura ADX, and this comes as a suggested MSRP sticker of $44,400. Please don't forget that this is an all-wheel drive. And now here's the MSRP sticker for the 2026 Acura ADX in the A-Spec front-wheel drive. If you get the all-wheel drive, you're going to pay extra, but this MSRP sticker comes with a price suggested tag of $38,200. Now, you make the decision if it makes sense for you to go A-Spec Advanced. I think that navigation, the camera 360, the parking sensors, I think that's worth upgrading. I'm not sure about the rest, memory seating and all that. Not a big fan of it, but I think that's going to make a difference if you're in the market for an ADX. Now, let me know if you have any questions, comments, or concerns in the comment section below, and I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for watching.